So there is a brewing storm of concern within the state of Israel, from Hamas as well as globally, over the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's plan for a full-scale military takeover of the Palestinian territory of the Gaza Strip. Now, world powers are warning that this kind of a move could deepen the humanitarian catastrophe. It could derail any hope of peace and return Gaza into the killing field that it has been for the last 2 years. Now, Hamas has termed this Netanyahu plan of a military takeover of Gaza as a new war crime and a blatant coup against negotiations and a continuation of the Palestinian genocide. The group has accused Netanyahu of using the hostages as a political leverage. Now, this criminal adventure will cost it dearly. It has warned Netanyahu and his Nazi government simply do not care about the fate of the captives. They understand that expanding the aggression means sacrificing them. On the ground, the Gaza Strip, the death toll has now crossed the 60,000 mark. Almost the entire of the population has been shunted out of their homes. Life has turned into a bit of a nightmare, and Netanyahu indicates that there's more to come. Now, back at home, the opposition is rising. Protesters have taken to the streets. They're demanding for a hostage deal and also an end to the war. Now, hostage families have echoed these concerns, and they are urging for negotiations over force. And even Israel's own military leadership is raising some red flags. And the army chief, Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, has reportedly told Netanyahu that occupying Gaza would be tantamount to walking into a trap. He's warned of soldier exhaustion and the high risk of the remaining 20 hostages, many of whom may not survive a full-blown offensive. From China to the United Kingdom, from Turkey to the United Nations, the message is pretty clear. Any expansion of Israeli military control in Gaza will be a dangerous escalation. And global voices are calling for restraint, and they're urging the Israeli allies, especially the United States, to exert pressure on Netanyahu's government. The present division of control over Gaza shows that Israeli defense forces are already in control of well over 75% of the Strip. The Palestinian control continues over Gaza City, Deir al-Balah, and in central Gaza, extending to parts of Khan Yunis and al-Mawasi in the south. Netanyahu has outlined a multi-phase plan for the Gaza Strip. In the first phase, Israel will issue an evacuation notice to the residents of the Gaza City to allow time for the establishment of civilian infrastructure in central Gaza. This phase is expected to last several weeks. Now, Israel will then launch a military offensive in the second phase. Reports say that the military campaign is expected to last anywhere from 4 to 5 more months, involving 4 to 5 IDF divisions. The plan is to expand to the camps in central Gaza, where the IDF has barely maneuvered so far. Now, the Palestinian population is expected to be pushed further south in the Strip, while maneuvers take place in areas where Israel believes its hostages are held, with efforts towards avoiding any harm to them. A full occupation onslaught also translates not just a loss of Palestinian lives in the Gaza Strip, but also in addition to the toll and losses within the IDF. About 898 Israeli soldiers have been killed in the last 20 months of this war. 54 apparently have committed suicide, 25 since the beginning of this year. 3,770 soldiers have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. And of the 19,000 soldiers who have been wounded since the carnage began, roughly about 10,000 apparently are experiencing psychological problems. So with international pressure mounting, there are deep divisions within the state of Israel, and there is no clear exit strategy in sight. And Netanyahu's Gaza plan faces scrutiny on all fronts. The world is watching and waiting for a way forward, and it remains to be seen what the Israeli ally, the United States of America, has to say on this plan by Netanyahu to take over Gaza Strip.